Stephen Glassman, and I have the honor of welcoming you to today's ceremony. About 18 years ago, in hospitals near and far, there came into this world a diverse and varied lot. We couldn't walk, we couldn't talk, but we were almost immediately known as a class of 2000. There was great concern because Nostradamus had predicted that the world would end before we would graduate. This must have been a widely held belief because most of our parents felt they'd see pigs fly before this day would come. Contrary to this belief, the world went on and we accomplished scholastic excellence and award-winning civic and athletic feats. This evening's events will mark the culmination of this phase of our education. But before beginning, the class of 2009 would like to give our sincerest thanks to you, our teachers, family members, and friends, for your love and guidance. Thank you, and enjoy the program.
Good evening. My name is Laura Pell. Before introducing our Salutatorian tonight, I would like to congratulate the top 5 students in our class. It is amazing to witness the competition between these 5 seniors. The term senior slide does not apply for these extraordinary students. Grades are calculated the last day of our senior year upon completion of final exams. It is not until this day that these seniors conclude school-oriented work. They should all be commended for their hard work and dedication throughout their 4 years of Abington Heights High School. Since their grade point averages are so close, even to the 3rd decimal place, I will now take a moment and allow these exceptional students to be recognized. I would like these people to please stand and be acknowledged as I read their names. 5th in our class, with an outstanding grade point average of 100.636, is Elizabeth Yatko. Having an exemplary grade point average of 100.638 is Justin Wynn, who is ranked 4th in our class. Lastly, 3rd in our class, with a remarkable GPA of 100.6458, is Laura Davidson. Now, I'm about to introduce a very important person in my life. I will never forget the summer after 5th grade. Spending a week of it at Com Camp was probably one of the best decisions I have ever made. The first day of camp, a short, tan girl with a funny southern accent walked in. We instantly became friends from that moment on. By the way, I later found out her strange sayings, such as y'all, came from Louisiana. Since that summer, and emerging to the present, she has inspired me in many different aspects of my life. I found, while reflecting upon our friendship, that understanding the way in which she inspired me highlights the way in which she lives her life. First, this person was a huge motivator for me academically. She has accomplished many profound feats. For example, she attained an impressive 800 on her math SATs and was a national merit finalist. This person was also selected as a scholastic superstar, which was conferred by the Scranton Times. This year, she attended Pennsylvania Junior Academy of Science, receiving a 1st place in both regional and state competitions. As if these achievements are not remarkable in themselves, she has also encouraged the leadership part of my character. This person was our Student Council President, Public Relations for National Honor Society, co-chairperson of Senior Leaders, and co-captain of the Wrestling Cheerleading Squad. In the community, her passion for working outside of school has stimulated that part of me as well. She has danced for 15 years and assisted her church as an acolyte and a volunteer in the nursery. We both hold jobs at the prestigious Soccer Plus, where we have been employed for 3 years. I would especially like to emphasize that this person juggles extracurricular activities, excellent grades, and still has time for her friends and social life. This proves that she is quite a well-rounded, level-headed person who thrives on time management skills. She leads an extremely disciplined lifestyle that I certainly admire and respect, though I have to say that I bust her about it every so often. She has an all-around exceptional personality and character as well. This inspiring person will not only major in civil engineering at Penn State, but will also be one of the select few who attend their Schreier Honors College. She attained the outstanding and impressive grade point average of 101.2272 over her 4 years at Abington Heights High School. I'm so proud of her. Now, I give you this intriguing, intelligent, impeccable person who also happens to be our salutatorian and my best friend, Ms. Kristen Ann Voigt.
Thank you, Laura. Good evening, fellow students, parents, friends, faculty, administration, Mrs. Salvanti, and Dr. Lacombe. We have been the class of 2000 for 13 years now, ever since the local newspapers put the spotlight on us when we started kindergarten. We struggled through fastening and unbuckling our Oshkosh Bagosh overalls, learned to share the swings at recess, went to our first dances at the middle school, and then were forced to adjust to no recess at the South Campus. Only 3 or 4 years ago, we first played on varsity teams, marched in the band, and watched our classmates, our friends, carry lead roles in school plays. Finally yesterday, after years of waiting, we had the thrill of opening a time capsule that was filled by a few class of 2000 kindergarten classes and placed underground at the high school. All those little pieces of the young class of 2000 in one container brought many memories flooding back for several of us. Just think about how much we have grown over these years. Each of us has become a sort of time capsule. Our families, friends, and acquaintances have molded us into who we have become. Each of these people has placed priceless elements, mostly intangible, in our time capsules. In fact, our class is all connected because we will take a tiny part of each other as we go our separate ways in the next few months. Abington Heights boasts a tradition of excellence, and indeed, our teachers have provided each of us with a foundation for excellence. We have also contributed to our own time capsules by pursuing our talents, which is obvious when our gifts are considered. We are a class comprised of artists, musicians, singers, dancers, writers, leaders, athletes, scholars, volunteers, actors, comedians, computer whizzes, and so much more. We are the future, as we have been told hundreds of times, but the future has never been so close as it is today. Today, the present meets the future. In truth, just as this ceremony is called commencement, meaning the beginning, today is the beginning of our future. As T.S. Eliot said, what we call the beginning is often the end. And to make an end is to make a beginning. The end is where we start from. I challenge us, the class of 2000, to open our individual time capsules to which numerous people have contributed, and to give this wealth back to our town, to our country, and to the world. We have innumerable opportunities to express our generosity, our other-centeredness, to those who have taught us and to those who have watched us grow. We can donate our time by volunteering. We can share our musical talents by performing for others. We can read to children. We can coach little kids' sports teams. And quite possibly most important of all, we can simply offer encouragement for others. As the class of 2000, standing at the dawn of a new century, of a new millennium actually, we have the potential to go way beyond what we believe to be possible now. We must be problem solvers, explorers, researchers, and inventors. If we are, we will soon witness a healthier planet Earth and a healthier population of humans on this Earth. We can discover amazing aspects of the universe and even new branches of science that are impossible to grasp at this point in time. Carl Sagan expresses this perfectly with the words, "Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known." Furthermore, we have more potential than ever before to accomplish these feats, because technology has evidently been blossoming in the last few decades, and we must utilize all we have gained thus far in our lives, all that is stored in our personal time capsules, in order to advance. Dr. Seuss reminds us in "Oh, the Things You Can Think," to think left and think right, and think low and think high. Oh, the things you can think up if only you try. So as we receive our diplomas and say goodbye to our classmates, our friends, with whom we have spent a significant portion of our lives, let us keep in our hearts the memories we have made, the influence we have had on each other, and just how much our classmates have meant to us. Let us all be eager to open our time capsules and to give back to all who have helped us. Thank you, and best wishes to all of you in your future endeavors. Good evening, Board of Directors, fellow classmates, parents, friends, faculty and administration, and Dr. LeCaux. My name is Brooke Wallace, and tonight I have the privilege of introducing the guest speaker for the class of 2000. Since tonight's speaker is a member of the faculty, I thought it would be appropriate to begin this discussion about the art of teaching. So, what is a teacher? Well, by definition, a teacher is one who teaches, obviously, and being a little bit more explicit in meaning, a teacher is one whose occupation is to instruct. There you have it, the definition of a teacher. Well, Webster may have felt that this definition is accurate. However, Wallace thinks something different. A teacher does not only instruct, but a teacher molds the lives of his or her students. A teacher inspires, a teacher motivates, a teacher cares, a teacher is a friend. Every teacher seated before us tonight has influenced the lives of the class of 2000. With this being said, I would like to thank all of you for your guidance and wisdom, both of which have helped to lead us to this remarkable point in our lives. I would like to ask everyone to please give these amazing people a round of applause. One particular person stands out this evening. This teacher, who has affected so many lives, has been asked to speak before us tonight. Now, this man has gone above and beyond his expected call of duty. This teacher is a 1989 graduate of Abington Heights. 11 years ago, he was exactly where we, the class of 2000, are today. He then moved on to the University of Scranton, where he received both a bachelor's and master's degree in education. He is Pennsylvania's certified teacher in biology and chemistry, and he is presently the coordinator of the Abington Heights Science Department. He has taught at both the middle school and high school level, impacting the lives of so many students, myself being one. If we can turn back to my definition of what a teacher is, a prime example of this would be our guest speaker this evening. Our guest speaker tonight not only has a passion for science, but also has a passion for teaching and inspiring the lives of all of his students. My personal experience with this teacher began last year when I walked into his honors chemistry course. After bombing his first test, I was convinced that chemistry was not my forte. I considered dropping the course, but I was thwarted by a certain science fanatic who said, "Wallace, you're not going anywhere." It was this teacher who taught me not to give up. It was this teacher who taught me that no matter how hard things get, if we have the desire and want to succeed, then there is nothing that can stand in our way. And as I pursue a science major in the fall, I will always reflect upon the lessons which I learned from this teacher, both inside the classroom and out. With all this being said, it is my distinct honor on behalf of the class of 2000 to introduce to you a wonderful teacher, a wonderful role model, and above all, a wonderful friend, Mr. Clayton LeCaux III.
Thank you, Brooke. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Board of Education, esteemed faculty, and class of 2000. Before I say anything, I would like to formally thank the members of the class of 2000 for having me speak today. You have bestowed upon me a great honor, and for that, I thank you. Mrs. Salavante notified me of your commencement speaker decision in early February, and of course, I immediately panicked. All of those questions ran through my mind. What would I say? What could I possibly say that anyone in their right mind would want to hear? When would I pass out? If I do keel over, who would drag me off stage? And I have a deal with Nate Zander and Bill Strepek. Gentlemen, if I go down, you come get me. After the initial panic passed, I immediately sought advice from a member of our science department, Mr. Brian Montross. Since he's been in this position before, I figured he might be able to help. I should have known better. After I explained the situation to Mr. Montross, he said to me, "You realize they're going to expect you to sound intelligent." I immediately replied, "I don't think I can do that." And very matter-of-factly, he said, "I too have great concerns about this. I've sat through your meetings." With no real help from Mr. Montross, I decided to handle the dilemma on my own. The first thing I did was triple the amount of time allotted for this presentation. I figured, why not? Everyone gets 15 minutes of fame. While I'm at it, I'll grab 45. Shortly after coming up with this stroke of genius, I decided to confide in a very close friend of mine and tell him of my time extension plan. He said, "This time extension plan of yours is not a good idea. Nobody wants to listen to you for 45 minutes. And by the way," he said, "do you realize that people are going to expect you to sound intelligent? I have great concerns about this." I responded by saying that I had heard this before and did not need to be reminded, and I ignored the developing trends and my friends' and colleagues' concerns regarding my abilities. Back to square one. At this point, I went to Mrs. Salavante for advice, and I said, "I'm having a very difficult time trying to decide on a commencement speech topic." She said, "You realize that people are going to expect you to sound..." And as I walked out her door, the last words I heard were, "I have great concerns about this." Ignoring the concerns of my colleagues, friends, even my boss, I trudged on. I sat down and I thought about what the class of 2000 needs to do to prepare for the future. And when the smoke cleared, it occurred to me that you don't need to do any more than what you're already doing. Don't change a thing. Now, if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, "All right, the world is going to be handed to me on a silver platter," you're obviously missing the point. What I'm trying to say is that you must apply the skills you have already acquired at Abington Heights in a new and different environment. To reinforce the point I'm trying to make, that you don't need to do any more than what you're already doing, I want to look at just a few of the accomplishments made by the class of 2000. There were Amber and Maureen leading our girls' basketball team's immense success. Our football team's success over the past 4 years. David Kosick's performance in mock trial. All of our PJAS competition success. Volunteer work through Giving Time for Katie. and college acceptances to places like Caltech, Annapolis, and MIT. The class of 2000 has many incredible accomplishments to its credit, large and small, and I could truly invoke my time extension plan if I were to go through all of them, but I won't. I think you get the point. You see, athletically and academically, your class has taken Abington Heights to places it has never been. Like each class before you, you have raised the bar. You are a class of true pioneers, and I hope you see what I mean when I say, don't change a thing. I'd be remiss in my duty at this time if I did not have you reflect just a little bit on how this immense success occurred. You may ask yourselves, how did we do this? What one thing or combination of things caused us to experience all of this success? The answers to this question are many and varied. Hard work, dedication, focus, passion, perseverance, and love are just a few. I charge you, Abington Heights class of 2000, to take this gift of accomplishment that your class has begun to perfect and spread it all over the world. Remember, don't change a thing. Now, before you go, charging off to your post-high school destination, I want to leave you with just two simple messages. Message number one is this. As you leave to make the world a better place, more often than not, it will seem as though hard work, dedication, focus, perseverance, passion, and even love are not enough to get the job done. I honestly believe that this is not true. When it seems as though these things will not suffice, you must make an effort to change your thinking. You must think differently and realize problems problems without predetermined solutions, which you rarely encounter in school, are the most fun. A few minutes ago, I mentioned that you are a class of pioneers. It is in these very situations when things look impossible where your class's pioneer spirit will shine true. Your class has taken Abington Heights to new frontiers, and it wasn't just your talent alone that got you to these new places. It was your ability to visualize goals and to take paths to these goals that nobody has taken before you. This ability to forge new paths, not take old ones, will serve you well. Creating new and unique solutions to problems that confront you throughout your life will be most challenging. You must realize, however, that these solutions are the most rewarding. Look to the past for people who have solved problems differently and as a result have changed the world. Einstein, Watson and Crick, Dr. Martin Luther King, Marie Curie. The list goes on. If you think that you will never have an impact as large as the impact that these men and women have had on the world as a result of their thinking differently, you're wrong. You will. Your deed or action as a result of different thinking may not seem as colossal or grandiose to you, but it may to someone else. In this way, you too will have changed the world for the better, and you will have continued what you started at Abington Heights. That was message number one. Here's number two. If what you have accomplished in high school is any indication of what is to come in the future, then chances are you're going to be very busy people. Here's what it will sound like, and for many of you, it probably already sounds familiar. I'm busy. I can't do it, I have to study. I can't do it, I have to work. 10 years from now, it's going to sound pretty much the same. I can't do it, I have to work. I can't do it, I just bought a house. I think you get the idea. People who accomplish things like you are always busy. There's always something going on. I'm not saying that this is necessarily bad. In fact, it's good to be active and involved. But what I want you to realize is that you're going to need to take time every now and again to simply look around. Take a breather. When life reaches light speed, stop, take a minute, and look around. What you look for is up to you, but of course it should be something that makes you happy. Personally, I look for constants, things I can depend on seeing every year. Every spring, my mother and I look for the first robin. Every summer, I take time to look for the first fawn. During the holidays, I take deep breaths near the Norway spruce, and in the fall, I look for the first hint of frost, and I take time to notice the smell of fallen leaves. You may think that what I look for is very strange, and that's okay. The things that you look for are yours and yours alone. And if you do it right, they will help keep you grounded in a very busy world. Class of 2000, this concludes my address. I wish the best for you. Go, do well, and always know that you have a home here at Abington Heights. And remember, don't change a thing. Thank you.
Caitlin Serco, and as a member of the class of 2000, it is my distinct honor to introduce to you our valedictorian. By definition, valedictorian is a student having the highest rank in a graduating class. Though this definition is highly significant, it does not begin to explain the whole person. The whole person being someone who excels not only academically, but also in other facets of life. Our valedictorian is a prime example of a whole person. While still maintaining superior grades, she also lettered in varsity swimming for the past 3 years and was honored by her teammates by being named captain in her senior season. Not only can she excel in the pool and in the classroom, she has shared her musical talent with the high school orchestra, the Youth Sinfonia Orchestra, the world's largest orchestra, and the chamber orchestra, among others throughout her high school career. Demonstrating her academic prowess, she placed first in the Regional Junior Academy of Science during her sophomore year, allowing her to move on to the state competition where she placed second. In her junior year, she continued to excel by winning a gold medal in the Russian essay contest and was honored by receiving the Xerox Award in Humanities and Social Sciences. That summer, she attended the University of Pennsylvania's Summer Science Academy. Showing her leadership, that same summer she attended the National Youth Leadership Conference. This past year, she has done volunteer work through her participation in the National Honor Society. She was also honored this year by the Times Tribune, who named her a Scholastic Superstar and Scholar of the Year, an honor bestowed upon only 25 students in all of northeastern Pennsylvania. Showing her appreciation for nature, she was active in the Envirothon team, which advanced her interest in environmental biology, which happens to be what she will study next year at Colgate University. As you can see, our valedictorian is truly a whole person. While demonstrating her talents in a plethora of activities, she has also concluded her high school career with an astounding cumulative grade point average of 101.4565 and the prestigious honor of being named valedictorian of the class of 2000. At this time, it is my distinct honor to introduce to you the valedictorian of Abington Heights, graduating class of 2000, Miss Jessica Whitney Lord.
Thank you, Katie. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a sincere honor and pleasure to be presented with this opportunity to share a few of my thoughts with the Abington Heights graduating class of 2000. In the children's story, Oh, the Places You'll Go, Dr. Seuss writes, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose." And he's right. Upon graduation, you will be embarking on a journey through an unfamiliar wilderness, but you alone steer your journey. You may steer your journey in the direction of fulfillment and happiness, or you may not. There are several important factors, however, that may help you travel down the true path leading to happiness and fulfillment. These factors include responsibility, courage, perseverance, and faith. Responsibility is accountability for your actions. Responsibility is accepting the consequences of your actions and responding maturely. In the Book of Virtues,
William Bennett describes responsible people as mature people who have taken charge of themselves and their conduct, who own their actions and own up to them. As you travel on your journey through life, choose a direction and be responsible for the consequences of your choice. Courage is the ability to approach your fears with an unwavering determination. Overcome your fears through courage. Overcome your insecurities through courage. Overcome adversity through courage. And overcome the obstacles on your journey through courage. Courage allows you to explore the unfamiliar without reservation or doubt. As you travel on your journey through life, remain courageous, not fearful, when confronted with challenges and opposition. Perseverance is the will to strive continuously, even through adversity. An individual who perseveres never falters. An individual who perseveres never hesitates. An individual who perseveres never wavers. And most importantly, an individual who perseveres never says, "I can't." The word can't should never be uttered from your lips because it destroys your ambition and your courage. On your journey through the uncharted territory behind the high school, repeat to yourself, "I can," and you will persevere through adversity and hardships. Finally, faith is belief in yourself and your abilities. Have faith in your ability to accept and respond to the consequences of your actions. Have faith in your courage, your ability to confront your fears. Have faith in your ability to persevere through the good times and the bad times. You can make your dreams your reality through faith. Without faith in yourself, hope is lost. All is lost. When you choose a path on your journey, keep faith that you have chosen the path to success. I'd like to leave you tonight with some advice from Dr. Seuss, who suggests that on life's journey, you should be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Class of 2000 will move mountains. Best of luck, class of 2000. Thank you. My name is Amy Kravitz, and I am honored to speak to you today as the president of the class of 2000. I had written a lot about how much I was going to miss all of you. However, I was told by many of my classmates that I had to keep this short, very short. And I kind of agreed because my feet kind of hurt in these new shoes. Now, I'm not sure if you know all of this, but we've already gone through 4 graduation practices, so right now we're all kind of anxious to get our diplomas. So in short, I would like to say that I will miss all of you. We're going to be seeing a lot of each other over the next week and throughout the summer, so we will say our goodbyes then. But to those of you I will not see after today, it's been fun and I wish you all the best of luck. I will never forget the time spent in high school, the ups and the downs, the good times and the bad. I will miss all of you. I have learned a lot of things throughout my years in Abington Heights. Some things I learned at a very young age, and others I am still learning. I feel that the biggest thing I have learned was preparation. Plan all the way to the end. The ending is everything. Plan all the way to it, taking into account all the possible consequences, obstacles, and twists of fortune that might reverse your hard work and give glory to others. By planning to the end, you will not be overwhelmed by circumstances, and you will know when to stop. Basically, the manner in which you prepare prepares you to succeed or fail. Now, as opposed to prior belief, preparation does not mean thinking about your excuse of why you're late to class or roaming the hallways before you get caught. Preparation does not mean filling out your pass with a pencil so you can change the time to ensure that you're never late to any class. And finally, preparation does not mean preparing in advance to procrastinate and stay up all night the day before a month-old project is due. But I'm sure all of you cannot relate to this. I actually started writing this the other night. It was sort of difficult to think about what exactly I wanted to say on this day, considering the fact that I still had a few more days left of high school. On this day, I felt like I was still in high school, still young, still not knowing what I wanted to do in life. Then I really started thinking, yeah, I do know what I want to do in life. Go along and see how things go. That's how I feel about things. Prepare for the things to come, and the things you can't prepare for, take as they come. Think about the experiences you have already conquered, and for that matter, the ones you have failed. Success is like ordering a pizza. The more extras you add to it, the more you spend, the better the pizza will be. In just the same way, the more preparation and time put in to reach your goal, the more delicious the result will be. Now is the time to add a few more toppings to your life. If you don't like your topping this time, next time you won't try it again. You learn from your mistakes. However, if you add too many toppings, you may not like this overdone snack. Do not go past the mark you aim for. In victory, learn when to stop. The moment of victory is often the moment of greatest peril. In the heat of victory, arrogance and overconfidence can push you past your goal, and by going too far, you make more enemies than you defeat. Do not allow success to go to your head. Well, so all of us can get our diplomas and graduate. Good luck, and I hope you enjoy your pizza.
Members of the Board of School Directors, faculty of the Abington Heights School District, members of the class of 2000, your parents, families, and friends who take pride in your achievements, and join you this evening for your commencement program. How quickly time passes. As I was preparing thoughts for my remarks, I was reminded of a trip I had taken many years ago to southwestern United States. One of my stops was a Hopi Indian reservation, where I had an opportunity to walk where dinosaurs had roamed and left their imprints on the desert floor. The sun's hot rays baked the tracks just like concrete sculptures. As I walked with a Hopi Indian into the desert to find the dinosaur tracks, I could not help but marvel how quickly millenniums pass, how limited time is for all living creatures. I'm sure your parents and guardians feel that way this evening. They have a sense of amazement, I'm sure, that they feel sitting here with you in your caps and gowns, because it seems like yesterday they took you to your registration for kindergarten. We have been privileged to watch you grow into young ladies and gentlemen, and have been continually inspired by your many achievements and volunteer community service throughout the years, especially the community service completed in the name of Katie Pfister. Some of us are lucky enough to benefit from experiences that spark our awareness of how precious time is as we come into contact with people who leave lasting impressions, like the class of 2000. And others never seem to grasp the importance of time or recognize how their existence can affect others. Dale Carnegie said, "Any fool can criticize, complain, condemn, and most fools do." Don't be foolish, don't waste time, make a positive difference, and continue to leave a lasting impression. Your education has prepared you well to make this world a better place. Now carry on the Abington Heights tradition of excellence, exceed all of our expectations, leave your marks, and let others be amazed at your accomplishments, and above all, be Abington Heights proud. Congratulations, class of 2000.
Good evening, parents, families, colleagues, and most of all, graduates. I am grateful for this opportunity to speak to you as a class before this evening comes to a close, because I too would like to extend my congratulations to you and to wish you the very best that life has to offer you. I'm reminded of the quote from Rudyard Kipling, which was on the front cover of this year's Reflections program, which is, "Yours is the earth and everything that's in it." As a class and as individuals, you have done many, many fine things for the benefit of those in need. Remember how good that felt and how proud of yourself you were when you accomplished something that helped others. Now take the charge that Kipling's quote implies and take that feeling of pride for doing something worthwhile. Put them together and live each day with those thoughts in mind. If you do, you will never disappoint yourselves. Good luck to all of you. As principal of the Abington Heights High School, it is my pleasure to present to you Mr. Alan Hughes, President of the Abington Heights Board of Education, the class of 2000, and to certify that 254 members have completed the requirements of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for graduation from high school. I therefore recommend that they be presented diplomas at this time. Graduating in absentia are Justin David Deutsch, Anthony Dominic Trento, and Jesse Micah Smith.
Naomi Deborah Gregory. Kenneth Mark Heron. Kimberly Jean Kearns. James Donald Ulick. Alexis Marie Lasky. Randall Mikhail Williams. Colleen Mary Lavelle. Taylor Scott Griffiths. Jennifer Marie Salvenis. Dan Roland Gwynn. Laura Christine Stewart. Michael Ayed Haboubi. Karen Cecilia Tridestan.
John Patrick Hine III. Michelle Ann Park. Michael Paul Stewart II. Rebecca Joyce Klinkle. Mark Anthony Burkowski. Melissa Ann Tice. David Henry Brogan. Janelle Armstrong. Joseph Joshua Bridgeco. Katie Tara Cole. David Peter Duino. Melissa Ann Summerhill. Andrew Nicholas Fontanella.
Laura Davidson. Aaron Michael Foley. Laura Elko. Robert Augustus Graves. Amber Dawn Jacobs. Joshua Lewis Hearn. Marissa Augustine Machaco. Michael Kiesling Regula. Gwen Marie Moore. William Aaron Schlosser. Maureen Rose Eliza Myers. Craig Gerald Wondolowski. Susanna Judith O'Brien.
David Aaron Kosick. Kristen Kathleen Bear. Corey Anthony Lepisco. Elizabeth Mary Burke. David James Wheeler. Amanda Lee Collins. Brandon Bernard Cousins. Brooke Catherine Coyer. James Lee Armbruster. Amy Beth Kravitz. Jeremy Thomas Drake. Natalia Rose Cusmano. Francis Anthony Dubeck.
Sarah Rose Gengerelli. Christian Patrick Garofalo. Jennifer Lynn Headley. Matthew Britton Perry Giblin. Sarah Elizabeth Jane. Daniel Michael Graboski. Jamie Lynn Lacoe. William Paul Healy. Stephanie Rosemary Longo. Adam Slate Carragas. Dina Marie Pasco. Alexander Emerick Mikowitz. Laura Ann Pell.
Jonathan Richard Van Ness. Erin Marie Otto. Travis Allen Walker. Ann Eileen Whitman. Jeffrey Allen Benson. Elizabeth Ann Yatko. Ryan Michael Backelkamp. Tara Lynn Cheser. Joseph John Brooks. Carrie Ann Chernblow. Brian Scott Cassidy. Susan Jane Fry. Charles Michael Figlow.
Catherine Lally Williams. Scott Michael Wolf. Heather Marie Winowich. Dustin Armstrong Wydeen. Abigail Joy Amos. David John Darmafal. Lindsay Ann Bailey. Edmund Thomas Hunter III. Deborah Marie Botke. Thomas Russell Koval II. Caitlin Marie Serco. Scott Edward Madrak. Brenda Margaret Christman.
Peter Thomas Panko. Abby Michelle Peskin. Nicholas Joseph Sabo. Carly Rudzinski. Michael John Trudnak. Carrie Ann Scartelli. Matthew James Warner. Jana Lynn Schillinger. James Byron Waters. Stephanie Lynn Watson. David Michael Weber. Catherine Amelia Wozni. Eric Michael Wolf.
Aaron Radkowitz. Mark David Temprin. Lane Christine Ross. Robert James Brzezinski Jr. Joy Lynn Schlegel. Nathan Robert Zander. Jennifer Lynn Wills. Mark David Avery. Brooke Joelle Artabane. Colin James Benson. Heather Lynn Bickler. Jonathan Todd Blake. Kelly Joy Clark.
Joseph Peter Mattis. Gary Mead, Jr. Amanda Joy Freeman. Benjamin Folsom Moores. Melanie Sue Kochmer. Daniel James Price. Sherry Mae Kochmer. Christopher Charles Shane. Jennifer Mae Lovelace. William Morgan Streepeck. Catherine Ann McMillan. Noah Adam Sullen.
McManaman. Christopher Anthony Kalina. Alicia Marie Micknick. Jeffrey Joseph Langan. Paulina Rice Rogers. Brett Francis Leavesley. Gina Lynn Rossetti. Scott Fitzgerald Lodwick. Victoria Jane Rozzi. Jason Egbert Maynard. Heidi Marie Schmidt. Michael Brian McGarvey. Jamie Danielle Schlesinger.
Mark Edward Brickler. Gabrielle Marie Coviello. Jason Michael Camerata. Laura Ann Frabel. David Nathaniel Campbell. Dior Kristen Hewlett. Brian Edward Connors. Jessica Whitney Lord. Michael Anthony Cura. Gail Marie Lotney. Michael Ray Gates. Kristen Michelle Martin. Brian Jeffrey Herbst.
Karen Christine Brister. Frank Robert Sobosinski. Janet Lynn Cicchini. James Robert Stewart. Erica Lynn Kondravi. Christopher James Tosh. Lauren Ann Cortez. Justin Wynn. Brittany Lee Crumley. Matthew Joseph Alicio. Jessica Ann Decker. Joseph Michael DiCandido. Bridget Christiana Fanning.
Timothy Ryan Murphy. Crystal Marie Strasser. Ryan Hart Olden. Lauren Grace Strong. Jason Edward Perry. Renee Evelyn Tompkins. John William Rainey. Brooke Natalie Wallace. Richard Arthur Milton Shilhavy. Christine Marie Weissel. Glenn Robert Schrader. Jennifer Lynn Brandt.
Kristen Ann Voigt. Kevin Stephen Crazy. Justine Elizabeth Yeager. Anthony Rocco Prici. Melissa Ann Yevitz. Samuel John Prudente. Maria Zinicola. Brendan Reeve Quinn. Kristen Marie Durso. Mark Anthony Suprick. Catherine Mary Heffley. Jeffrey Edward Franklin. Kelly Ann Kuiper.
Brian Arthur Faraday. Jamie Lynn Manini. Stephen Michael Glassman. Carrie Ann Pavarnik. Stephen Michael Jones. Christine Marie Serra. Alexander William Komorowski. Jessica Ann Schaefer. Christopher Ryan Kelly. Michelle Sugarman. Kyle James Linney. Elizabeth Davis Towns. John Earl Moon Jr.
Scott Michael Siegfried. Liana Lynn John. Matthew Hollis Williams. Michael Joseph Stasashin. Brandon Kirk Van Gorder. Aaron James Weaver. William John Green. Damian Lamont Jones. Matthew Alton Cox. Robert Anthony Gatto. Michael Richard Karam. Matthew John Vigilio.
Corey Michael Colarasi. Kelly Ann Lang. Jeffrey Brian Cox. Lucy Ann Prosachek. Nicholas Matthew DeGeorge. Thomas Albert Edward Doble. Bradley Daniel Glenn. Theodore Seth Coaches. Michael Joseph O'Connor. Joseph Anthony Scaturo. Charles Clayton Salemba. Robert John Bresevoy. Chad Allen Carey.
Michael Angelo Garofalo. John Anthony Monsivice. Dominic Lawrence Ruggiero. John Everett Bowen. Matthew Thomas Caden. Ryan Joseph Kelly. Alyssa Marie Kuiper. Alfred Charles Kenvin. Johanna Marie Cruz.
Anthony Jordan Galdieri. Scott Hunsinger. Jason Russell Jane. Julianne Marie Kalasinski. Brian Austin Jones. Nicole Corinne Robinson. Michael Joseph Moke. Rebecca Lee Walsh. John Clayton Mirabelli Jr.
Members of the class of 2000, I pronounce you graduates of Abington Heights High School.